One dream, one key, one life, changing more. Mama walking every morning in the rain. Young teen covering all the pain. Daddy working all the time today, believing for a brighter day. Tell us your story. Let the people feel your glory. From the struggle to the victory, your voice will change your history. It's about the God. It's more of who you are. It's about the God. It's more of who you are. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of God's Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. Single mothers playing late at night. Students chasing their little light. Brother trying hard to feed the home. Still strong though he walks alone. Every star that I keep on meaning. Every soul that believes in dreaming. No matter where you come from today, your story can open the way. This place about the car. It's more of who you are. It's less about the car. It's more of who you are. Hey. One car, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of God's Uganda, changing lives across the border. One car, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. One car, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of God's Uganda, changing lives across the border. One car, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. It's about the God. It's more of who you are. It's less about the God. It's more of who you are. Good morning, my people. How you doing today? Mwasuze muta nzida mwaka yiba kano munundi gumugoka aho tugende. For the love of God's Uganda. One dream, one key, one life, changing more. Mama walking every morning in the rain. Young teen covering all the pain. Daddy working all my time today, believing for a brighter day. Tell us your story. Let the people feel your glory. From the struggle to the victory, your voice could change your history. It's less about the car. It's more of who you are. It's less about the car. It's more of who you are. One car, many stories, many lives. meaning. Every soul still believes in dreaming. No matter where you come from today, your story can open the way. It's the dance of the God. It's part of who you are. It's the dance of the God. It's part of who you are. Good morning, my people. Once again, how are you? Today is Random Cat Talk Thursday. Weekend duka, omwezi good duka. The week is going. But how are you? Mwasuze mutya. Nze ndi steady. Mukama akumi chamba de Huntington VIP Muyombia Mark. Lawrence Omole, good morning. How are you? Martin Sentongo, John's Info, Juma Ali, Zaz David Klaje, Nam Kefa, Lawrence Bia Mukama, Aijuka Blair VIP, Elijah Nandera, good morning. Sechtoriko Norman, good morning. Francis Kalema, Juko Nicholas, Mugenyi Simon, Peter Kato, Muhammad VIP, Juko Maze, King Daniel VIP, Bugiso Times, Ivan Namanda VIP, Orepas FX, Mwanguzi David, Okecho Richard Okema, good morning. Mwasuze Mutia. Now today I want just to push something out there. The past, was it 2 days, the thing that is affecting some of you guys is supermarket shopping. You know, in the supermarket, when you walk into the supermarket, you know exactly where the toothpaste will be, you know where the soaps will be, you know exactly where the sugars will be, yeah, you know where the ice creams are. If you want chewing gum, you know where the chewing gum is going to be. Well, literally what happens in the supermarket is life is easier, life is simpler in the supermarket, yeah. And I think because of that, and yet in the supermarket you're buying stuff of like 20k, 30k, it's very easy for you to think that when you go to buy something of 35 million, 40 million, 55 million, you should be like a supermarket. You walk into a place and you identify your car and you drive away. You get, and in a way it seems like that's how it should be. It seems like it's very simple that because you have 50 million shillings, you should just go and look for a car. Now, a couple of days ago, a couple of days ago, it was 2 days, should have been 2 days ago, I told you about a lady that was looking for Outlander plug-in hybrid. Initially, I didn't know she was looking for a plug-in hybrid. I thought she was just going to buy a Mitsubishi Outlander, which should be easier to find. And I'm happy that you guys are doing your research. So guys, I want you to know, before you ask me why someone is buying a very funny or rare car, I need you guys to understand that people have done their research, and any attempt that I try to do to change some people, like the lady of the Outlander told me, Arthur, togezaako na kunchusa nakoze research yange, Outlander high plug-in hybrid yesinge moroka zonna. She made it very clear, and I think that's the reason why she never actually came to me. So I need you guys to understand that some of the people that are buying their rare cars, they have researched, and they have decided that those cars that they want to buy and they can buy with their budgets. So you need to know. So normally I think when someone is looking for a specific car or for a certain car, they'll call a broker. They'll say, I want this car and that car. The broker will tell them where ziri jangu. And because that person has money, in a way they believe that they're just going to go, the broker will show them like 4 options, and then they'll choose the one they like. It almost feels like that's how it should be. And it should be as easy as that. It's not. It doesn't work as easy as that. So where do I get it from? A couple of weeks ago I was chatting with a gentleman, and he wanted to buy a 2008 to 2010 Nua. He's actually a member here on YouTube. And when we chatted, I told him you cannot get a Nua. He had a budget of 17 million shillings. And I told him you can't get it at 17. And then he shared a bunch of posts, I think by people. Someone was actually saying they have that, but like the Nua in front of us, that one. It's priced at 17 million shillings. You pay 5 million cash down, and then you pay the balance in a couple of months. And I told him that car doesn't exist. And then we went on to talk on phone, and I told him with 17 million shillings, you should probably be thinking of the Nua Chigambo, the 2004 model. And I gave him a bunch of options that he could buy with his money, and he said he wanted the Nua. Now, then later on, he booked for the inspection day. Now, the day was yesterday. Now, yesterday, he calls me and says, Arthur, nyingi dewo. I go and I find him. And when they came, they were in the same car that he wanted to buy, but driven by someone else. And when I phoned them, I followed them. We went to the bond, the Chibanda, where they wanted to buy their car. And so at that time, I learned that he had added the money from 17 to 25 million shillings, which was a good thing. Still, I knew at 25 million shillings, you cannot get a good Nua like that one in front of us. You know what you know, which sang a million, I didn't mutano get so much to a million next to your bid. But regardless, so we went and we looked at 3 Nua options. The first one was bad. It was a UBM, I think it was bad. So we skipped that one and went to the second one. The second one was good. Not so good, but it was good. And later on, I learned that it was 35 million shillings. When we were just talking to the salesperson there, 35 million shillings. So we went to see a third one, and the third one was terrible. And because it was terrible, I told my person who had come to buy, I told him, the fact is there is no Nua of 25. And this conversation was going exactly how I'm telling you. And then, according to him, I was the barricade. I was putting barricades for him to get a Nua. Because when we discovered that the only Nua there was 35 million shillings, the gentleman said, Arthur, katugende mu bondi endala. And I told him there is no place where you're going to get a Nua at 25 million shillings. And he said, Arthur, go lemesa. And I said, Sidemesa, That's a fact. And I had told him on phone sometime before, tewali wogenda funa nuwa ya 25. And he said atholemesa multiple times. And I told him if you want a car, because he told me what he was going to use the car for. And I suggested cars, but in the bond, even when I suggest in the bond, all the cars I suggested would be 35 million shillings and above. And he kept saying, Golemesa. So the Noah, they came in, I think it was a brother of them that drove them. And I asked the brother, and the brother told me 40. I knew it was impossible, but I told him that's a very good offer. And I told the gentleman that hired me for inspection, watch it together to ole wono kubana iya jigula banja tugenda to ole wono waba ko nuwe ku million ana. It would be a very good offer. Oje olenga mpyanga gwagitandise, instead of buying an old Noah at 35 million shillings. Nze chimanyi teri Noah yana esawa zino okujja ko ngambi, because ne mu bond waliyo Noah embi. Naye the gentleman that was saying yagula Noah ku 40 million, atenga yetakiriza genda kututwala gye yagula Noah ku 40 million. Ne mulemerako nnyo eventually nagana egwe Arthur gwe oyina byobikirira. Temuga sina byembikirira. Bobo ine wali Noah yala is tugendeyo. But of course later on I talked to the place where he bought the Noah and they are 46 million shillings. Now let's go back. Now I tell the gentleman you can't get a Noah at 25. Now I am calling it the supermarket shopping of cars because it is what it is. Supermarket. Arthur tells you can't get a Noah of 25. You talk to a salesperson from a certain Chibanda or bond, and they tell you the cars are there. You go, that you're going to see like 4 options there and pick out one. You even go ahead and call Arthur to come and help you pick out one, because you're sure that just like the way you walk into a supermarket and you find sugar on a certain shelf, you're going to find cars in a line and you'll simply pick out one. This wasn't the case with this it wasn't the case with this particular case with this Noah. It wasn't the case. So now omusiri wana avuga markets oba avuga biki oba lusozi lwatya. So we did have a conversation and we did have an exchange. Now for starters, the gentleman was telling me, Arthur, I need you to lead this process. But while he was saying I need you to lead the process, I am guiding him, but he's not letting me lead the process. In fact, I told him ondeka nkulembere process naito ompuliriza. The thing that happens with you guys when you're going to buy cars, me, I understand that you guys, you have your money, yeah? But I need you to understand that there are people that understand the market. There are people that understand the market, and I have understood the car market. You get? So sometimes you just need to step back and listen. When I go to the hospital, I listen to the doctor. When I go to the garage, I listen to the mechanic. I need you guys to try and learn to listen and take it in. If, for example, this gentleman had listened to me over the phone call, he would not have paid me the inspection fee, because he would not be looking for that car at 25 million shillings, which we did not get. Now, after we have a bunch of exchanges there, the person that drove them in the Noah tells them there is a broker he knows somewhere that has that Noah. And the gentleman that's buying, I think at that time he's tired. And when he told me he was tired, I told him gwagule moroka nzenze nalibadde nkowa, because nze nkimanyi moroka gyononya teriyo nalibadde nkowa naye nze sikowa. I want us to look at all the options. Now, why do I make sure to look at all the options that we get? I don't ever want a customer to come out and say, I paid Arthur my inspection money, we got options, and and Arthur refused to look at them. You get? So I told him, me, you hired me. I am not going to get tired. We're going to look at all these cars. So we drive to the first place where they tell us the broker has the car. And tumatu akatuka uti broker naga teli walala. So we drive and go to that other place. And the Noah was there. It was 28 million shillings, negotiable. But guys, I can tell you there is no Noah of 28 million shillings. Tell you, a good Noah would probably start at 30, but a very good Noah would be 33 and above. That I know. We are in Mulago. Why are we in Mulago? This is how you dodge jam. All those people know. So, we look at the Noah. It has multiple leakages on the engine. The gearbox crankcase is already damaged. And then, of course, when the car starts, it and the tractor. They check, they negotiate, and like normally the thing I've seen about you guys that want to buy cars that are impossible, like you want to buy a car at 17 when the actual price should be 25. You would even buy just to prove that you can get it at that price. Because I saw this gentleman trying to negotiate on this car. Eventually I called him and I said, you should not buy this car, because I had already told him, go back home. Yeah, there is a point when if a person buys a car, especially if they end up buying a car that they did not come to buy, they are making a mistake simply because they want to go back home with the car. So I told him, he came with his wife behind the Cancer Institute. So I told him, you know what you're going to do? You are going to go back home and think, either add money or adjust the options. But also probably the other thing you guys need to understand, especially if you have a budget that is not sufficient for the car you want, get options. Think of options, guys. Which other car can I drive? Don't just say I want a fielder, if the money you have, Arthur has told you doesn't buy a fielder. Especially if I tell that the money you have doesn't buy a fielder and you want a fielder. It's the time for you to think other options, wish, so that if you go to the market and the fielder actually feels like Arthur told you, you look at other options. Katitosora gaman tojivuga. The salesperson is showing us exiga, so that's when I told them, you know what, mude yoke waka sente yamwe mude waka mulowoze okitegeera mude kamukoleki mulowoze oba mwongere ku sente. So guys, stop the supermarket shopping mentality of genda ya sente zange nibo bogenda gula motoka ya bond. By the way, supermarket shopping has gotten people into a lot of trouble. And when we were discussing and I was telling him a motoka is singers a million and satu mutano, he said I would rather ship my own car. I'd rather ship my own car instead of buying here a car of 35. Guys, yesterday I discovered there's a friend of mine. He imported the fielder in 2020. He imported. Now at that time he told me he imported it using 25. At that time fielders locally were 23 to 25 million shillings. At that time he told me he used 25 million shillings to import. Yesterday he told me he used 28 to 30 million shillings to import that car. And I'm not discouraging you guys from importing, but most of the people that have imported cars did not actually save money the way they want us to believe. Sometimes they don't even know what saving is, or sometimes they don't actually know the actual price of that car on the market, and that's the thing that disturbs them. For a person that knows the actual value or the actual market price of their cars, it's very rare to find them importing. Like I told you about the gentleman importing a Noah, yada na member wa fewawa no na ajimaira mu million 8 chokawa nonga yana mu 5 ateji yaleta kwa 8 nga it had a lot of rust. Kati no yo wa fielder yajireta ku million 28 nga at that time emoroka yali ya million 2 nga mu 3, because 2024 2023 fielder was about 25-26. You get it? So there is no way you tell me that you imported the same car in 2020 at 28. Oba wagula bubi. You get it? Oba wagula bubi. So I would encourage you guys to import, but also even importing is not like supermarket shopping. You're not going to just Nkole, how are you? Shanko Gibbs, Paul Sema VIP, Pade Pade, Ugambo Tia, Henry Modern Juice, Presdo, Alcam Timo, Melvin, Isoba Ivan, Alcam Timo, Ricky Chikawa VIP, Louis Mogelwa, Kariegide Amos Luke. The plug-in hybrid is not fully electric. The plug-in hybrid is a hybrid like the Prius. The only difference is you can actually plug in at home and charge via electricity. It gives it a little bit more cover without using fuel because you did charge. Now it looks like it's a very good choice of car. And in a way it would make sense for someone that doesn't know. But the plug-in, already the hybrid is giving people trouble here locally. Hybrid, it's very expensive to repair. Now imagine you buy a plug-in hybrid. How cheap or how expensive will it get for you to repair it? Keijo Van VIP, good morning. Akampa Alan, good morning. Karim Uji VIP, good morning. Arthur, importing saves in the long run. EG, imported the 2016 Wish. Imported 2016 Wish is 45 million now. Good quality. Why will it be sold more expensively in the bonds next year or the following year? Do you think they'll sell it at 45 million shillings, a 2016 Wish? Are you sure the 2016 Wish year 2016 JD Mubon names over to a million and a mobili? Kat if you import it at 45, ngoli ajigula mubonde ajigulanga 43. Erobo oguze bubi. Okitegeera, right? Then the other thing that Martin that I want you to consider, under normal circumstances, why would you buy a Wish at 45? Why would I buy a Wish at 45 if I can get a newer 2014 at 50? Right? There's another thing that comes with you buying cars locally, is that if you buy a car locally, you literally njagala ontunuli no kuntunira nga njogera kino. Kasita tuli mu jam. Gwe Martin, why would you buy a Wish at 45 if the newer is at 50? Does it make sense to you? Lwaki oba ogula Wish 216 ne bweba 216 terina kyamanyi egenda kwongerako? Lwaki ogula Wish million 45 ng'osobola ofuna newer ku million 5? It doesn't make sense. Ontegeera, eh? I would not. Uganda oil 550 obabera 15W40 15W20, I think 15W20 something like. If you put lighter oil again munywa. Some people don't like the newers. And why would you buy the Wish of all cars? 45 million shillings ogula mu Wish, Martin. 45 ngola ba Wish ne kakati ya 36 yenyini emenya. 45 ozikwata ozigulemu emmoroka ekola taxi ebushenyi. Kiba tekimaking a sense. $45 ozigulamu mbukasale kafuke real. Okogeraku ata kind talk about the Nissan Qashqai, wajita Qashqai and Nissan Juke. I want to make a choice. Personally, I think they are better cars. Qashqai, okay, I think the Juke kind of looks better. Omanyika timutuba tugula Nissan yezo. We are not going to buy them based on which is better. We are literally going to be buying them based on which one looks better, because they are Nissans, they are old and they will give you trouble. Eventually they will. Guys, nze winsanga Nissan katinga X-Trail ngeri ku UBR ebe wangade ku X-Trail ebe bade kukuba emyaka 3 nga tefa. And then I was talking to someone is saying nga mugamba, no, I wish gunsima X-Trail nga X-Trail ngi wangade kukuba nangambe wangade na nyinyo yamanyiza ataddemu. You get like imoroka kati X-Trail okubera ku UBR kubala ere wangade. ebeewangalidde nno ddala. naye era ngenda sigala wano siina gyendaga oba wakutte oba temukutte siina gyendaga. Arthur, logic states that cars always drop in value and yet the used car prices are increasing. Is it the cars are increasing in value instead of banzistegere? No, they are not increasing in value. I don't think cars are increasing in value, but I think everything is more expensive now. The thing that makes all used cars expensive is because for someone to get a new car or an upgrade of their car, they need more money. And anyone that has their old car in good condition, they'll sell it at a higher price because they need more money, yeah, to top up and buy. You get. So if I have to sell that kafield okalaba edda kali bateka million nga 13 naye nkulayirira ogenda kafuna ku million nga 16 ako kafield kali ku UAN 16. Why? Because babaze kuwa 16 ne bagamba nonye mmoroka endala etuuka kafield ako obulungi tojja kugifuna. Obe mmoroka gy'onaaba osobola okufuna ojja kuba togyagala. You get? So I guess that's where the issue is. Some of the people that have good cars are not selling. Some people that have good cars are not selling. Arthur, kind of talk about the difference. GP2, GP5, GP7 GP7 is the highest trim. Edamwe bajana Subaru XV, Impreza XV is the highest trim. So if you're going to buy the GP7. But guys, let's be honest. Why you would spend 45 million shillings to buy a Wish? There is nothing wrong with you. 45 million shillings to buy a Wish. Nali yambuse waguru wano naye. Kanyambuke. Okay, man. She don't want me. She don't want me. But I tell her. Yes, I tell her. Okay, Isaac. Sienta hybrid muganda wange nayo tennabikola tennabinkolera kale tennabinkolera. You see, the thing with the Sienta hybrid is how many people do you already know that are driving Sienta hybrid? And Kasubaru Retrezio kalabyako, that's the practice too. Kuva ogula Sienta million 82 nayo tenna making a bulungi sense ne beba hybrid. You guys, I was telling you about the Nissan Serena. There it is. Yingire kuba gwe bakulabe. Yingire kuba okulabirako nga bad example. Iyo Serena hybrid naye wanga deli ku UBA ogirabye. And then of course guys, sometimes when we are talking about cars and telling you don't buy that car tewangala itawanya, you be seeing that Nissan Serena eyo gyolabe eyo nokaya kati ngeye eri ku BA ngewangadde ayinza bagivuga omulundi gumu mwezi. Kati moroka jibavuga omulundi gumu mwezi sebe ebiro emoroka empangazi gyolaba nti nnungi emoroka ngeya Arthur nti myezi 8 agikubye kilomita 5 naye teyina kyeba ate nga agivuga buli naku n'omulaba nga agivuze. Ezo bayite moroka engwanguli okitegeera ezo bayite moroka engwanguli nti buli naku agivuga n'omulaba nga agivuga nga tefudde n'agivuga kilomita 5 ng'olabako nga teyina kyeba. That's why when I tell you the Vitz is a good car, buy it. I drove it, you were seeing me. The Ractis is a good car, buy it. I drove it, you were seeing me. You get it? The Corolla is a good car, buy it because you saw me driving it every day without fail. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever, but you made me beg. You made me beg. Every time I come over, you make me beg. But why? But why? promise I will never let you down, my girl. Jewelry, dollar bills, many things don't mean nothing. For as long as you got my heart. Yeah. Now you watch your number, come on, we keep on you, I'll say yes, I'll say no, I'll say maybe let's take it slow. You were my number one girl, you rule my world and you took my heart. Never give back, but you made me big, you made me big. Every time I come over, you make me big. But why? But why? But you never ever take what I say. See, I need you. But you do what you do ever again. You broke my world, it goes around, around and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Girl, I tell you this every day, every night, that I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I.
Mm-hmm. 45 is too much for a wish. Wish legenda tuka mwana mutano kebe 2016 kubaba ntebajja jigula. And there are times that I think fuel efficiency now becomes something we can debate. Like, doesn't really make sense for me to buy a 1.8 liter Wish if I can get a 2 liter Nua at like 5 million extra. The Nua looks better, the Nua is higher, you get the Nua gives me more space, the Nua gives me more prestige. Hey, Lawrence, I tell me, I find that most Banyankore people don't like the Wish because it does taxi. Banyankore love the Fielder and the Primo. For me, the Banyankore I've inspected before, they don't like Wish because Wish does taxi. They like Fielder and Primo. Most of them like the Fielder. They would rather buy a very old Fielder than a new Wish. If those cars were priced at the same price, at this atwala Fielder yokusindika. Nenga taguze Wish mpya. Tebazagala. Munda iwensaze jam. Munda iwensaze jam. Atenga mbadde nva kisasi. Jam omuzibu okusala yoli wafe ku Bombo Road. Ononya bwo omusala nga tolaba. So guys, supermarket shopping should stop this week. Because Kateno week again, some of you are already doing supermarket shopping with your cars. But guys, stop doing supermarket shopping. Stop doing supermarket shopping with cars. A car is a big investment. Some of you guys are going to be investing 40 million in a car, 50 million in a car. You get, so you cannot be, and you're buying a used car at that. Supermarket shopping can be applicable when you're buying a 0 mileage car. Nti nyingira showroom bwenti nenfuluma ne moroka yanga atera wano wane waffe wano teri moroka 0 mileage bagenda kuwerawo era ogenda genda ogisasule bagambe tuwemu tufune number plate. That's a fact. So bwe babanga wali bagenda kusaba mu week, why do you want to buy a used car like you're buying a pen? Buy a big pen, ya big. You get, so it doesn't make sense. You guys are going to keep losses. At least me, I have seen people that have cancelled, especially women. And for you guys, if you find mingo kurunakurura inspection nga nyinaka abantu abala babiri tonyiga. Why am I doing that? Is because I have a lot of women cancelling these days. I don't know why they cancel. A woman calls you and she says, Arthur, I want you to inspect my car for me. And you say, okay. And she says, but I am going to go to my dealer first. I'll identify cars and then you'll come and see cars. I see them. I think this week canceling Zengawana. And then when she goes to her dealer, she calls you and says, Arthur Katijangu. You set off. You like 50% the journey and she says, Arthur, you get. So when that happens, it's one of the two things. Either omukazi bamukubya akalimi n'agula buguzi nga takoze inspection, oba yeekubye n'agakanzireyo nyongere ku ssente, oba kanzireyo neerowooze. Ontegeera. So I have a lot of people that are counseling, even men, but women are more, I don't know how to call it. I don't want to say unreliable, but I think it's the best way to put it. Like, you can't create an appointment with someone and then cancel like that. Okitegeera. No Outlander bwe yakola, I said at the Moroka Jenjagala bano tebagiina. I said, but those cars are there in the bond because I know they are the plug-in hybrids. And then I said, you know what, tugendeyo. And then she texted me, Arthur, I've decided to go back to work, we shall reschedule. And because of that, guys, every time we have an appointment for inspection and that day reaches and you cancel on that day, tomanja jiriye kumyeji bookinga abadi transport wangu akunzija akakundeta mu kibuga. I want to be clear, tokola ki tomanja. I need it to be very, very clear. Awoba tomanja because nze nazze, because you people are cancelling a lot, and I don't know why you do that. But I want to think that maybe you have gone to the market and you don't like the options that are there, or maybe you have gone to the market and you realize that what Arthur told you is the truth and you simply just decided to not buy. Guy, imbarageko emoroka eno simanyi lwaki sekataata agitutte ku detailing yiyo oyaye kalina yaffe yiyo langi yagenzeko lita ya mitwalo 18. The paint that went on that car, a liter is 180,000 shillings. Nogenda ku detailing. Twatademu sound system ya JBL. Twatademu sound system ya JBL. Bw'oliyiga okulivaasinganga Arthur, of course naawe katukwenda emmoloka nyina ku reverse camera, naye bw'oliyiga okulivaasinganga Arthur okumanya nti oyize emmoloka. Baye ka reverse camera sikesi bulungi. Abanyakole byamukama, abanyakole abajja okugula wish 45 million bagenda bagula wish gitwala kukola nga tax. So guys, stop doing their husbands talk to them to cancel their appointments. Actually, most of them don't say they're coming with their husbands. Most of them seem like they're single. Like yesterday we bought a car with a lady twaguze Impreza. Impreza kali akakadeka 2011 twakaguze n'omukyala. Yes, I think she came with her brother. So I've seen some very reliable ladies, no problem. But the most cancellations are coming from ladies, and on the very day olunaku lwa inspection irwe nyini baba cancellinga okitegeera. So bwe bonsanga nga nyinako abantu babiri ku lunaku lwa inspection tonnenya okitegeera. I'm just trying to mitigate what could come with losses. How many liters of paint were used? Emmoloka eno Karina twateekako liita emu ya paint, 1 liter like this. And I think it's because you don't just use the paint alone. Paint mugendamu ebintu era mugendamu hardener, ne mugendamu thinner, osegera. Well, there are a bunch of things that I bought that I suppose I don't remember the names, but there are a bunch of things that were put in the paint. So ogenda okulaba nga liita emu ziweze liita nga 2. And also emmoloka eno the last coat of paint yesembayo baba akubye the undercoat emikono nga 3 oba 2, which atengera ja kala yemu. So ono paint abagira ki Arthur low maintenance Subaru from 2013 Impreza. Oh, obviously it's Impreza. Arthur, do you give receipts? This is just a question. Yeah, if you ask for a receipt you get it. Well, omusajja yava bweru ne mu inspecting the moroka nasaba receipt kati nze sometimes mbeera mu field ndwawo nyina omuntu abeera mu office kati yansabanga receipt nga neerabira n'atuuka n'agamba but Arthur you're not serious. Nemugamba but so far like Now, I've so far inspected like 50 cars. I've only been asked for the receipt once. Like amazima gali nti omuntu ombwa kusaba receipt mbantu 50 kisobola okugayaza because other people don't need receipts. Na nemerako bwe najimweza teyaddamu kunyega paka nagira bwide wa receipt wagifunye okitegeera. When do you determine a car being a liability? After you buy it, obviously. Like, but you know you can know a car is going to be a liability before you buy it, based on the reviews. You cannot buy a car when everyone is telling you this car is bad, this car is bad, this car is bad, this car is bad, and you buy it. You know it's a liability. Like I keep telling you guys, don't buy used Nissans. Nissan, go to the dealer, buy 0 mileage car. You get Katiwolaba, because of the SUVs being expensive, I'm recommending the Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm not recommending the Nissan X-Trail. Why do people spend 44+ million for an Auris, moreover from UG bonds, that low grades, yet the Auris itself? Martin, the Auris is a better car than a Wish when you put it in perspective. A person that's buying a Toyota Auris is buying it for the beauty of the car. The person buying the Wish is buying it for what? That's the question. In the same class of the Auris, the only car that I've seen that is prettier than the Auris is the Golf 7. The Golf 7 is very unreliable, will eat away your money. The Auris is going to be too reliable. Women buy cars with many inner voices. That's why they might cancel your appointments. Arthur, seems you don't feel the 2011, Axio 2011. Which options could you go? 37, 38. Because I thought they have resale value. Me, I'd buy the Fielder. Or I'd buy the Rumion. Or, well, the Rumion, in a way, the Rumion is better than the Fielder. For me, the Rumion is better. And it's cheaper, because then I don't even have to spend 38 million shillings. They buy Auris for beauty, but a Wish is bought for business. Martin, the Wish does not do more business than the Nua. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And the amount of fuel the Wish saves is not worth it when you compare to the amount of business that the Nua will bring in. Ontegeda katibwemba mbale moroke ya business. I would recommend it, the Volvo, if you have the money. I would recommend if you have the money. It's a very expensive car. Martin, if I were buying a business car and I'm into business, nga business say yonjiri mundi serious, sija kutunida nyo saving ya mafuta agava mo 0.2 liters. Nja kutunulira how much volume I can get in terms of customers and things that I load. And that's why the Noah will beat the Wish any day. So sola gula Wish ya $1.5 nga Noah ya 5. Sisobola nza amafuta ngabala nnyo because emotoka njevuga byange. Newe mba ngenda kubala business ate sigenda kubala. I'll give you an example. If you have a business, the bigger your team of qualified people is, the more money you will make. You cannot be in business in Uganda because companies downsize when they are not making any more money. They don't downsize because they don't downsize because they are trying to save. Companies downsize because they are no longer making money. Business is no longer as good as it used to be. When business is good, companies hire more people. They hire more people so that those more people help them make even more money because the market is there. When the market reduces, then companies downsize. So on the Wembangula Moroka ya commercial, there is no way I would buy the Wish when the Noah is there. Sisobola. After you review Subaru Forester 2008 at 25, buy Yugura. It's a good car. Guys, mbasibula noro. Don't buy a Wish of 45, just buy the Noah. Chamba de Hannington, VIP, Muyombia, Mark, Lawrence, Omule, Martin, Sentongo, Jones, Info, Juma, Alizas, David Clergy, Nam, Kefa, Lawrence, Mukama, Juka Blair, VIP, Elijah Nandera, Sechitoriko Norman, Francis Kalima, Juko, Nicholas, Mugenyi, Simon, Peter, Katoma, Hamad, VIP, Sechitoriko Norman, Juko, Nicholas, King Daniel, VIP, Bugisu Times, Ivan Namada, VIP, Orepas FX, Mwanguzi David, Okecho Richard Okema, Nampija Julie, Katamba Isaac Atende Bennett, Musafiri Bob Malilox, Louis Mugelwa, Kariegire Amos, Luke, Ricky Chikawa VIP, Alcam Timo, Isoba Ivan, Melvino, President Antonio, Henry Modern Juice, Pade Pade, Paul Sema VIP, Shanko Gibbs, Nkole, Kejo Van VIP, Karim UG VIP, Akampa Alan, Richard Aki VIP, Sava Derek, Seba Mazeyo Murowoza, Nabikangaba Mazeyo, Lawrence Omule, Lucky Mose, Lifelink VIP, Serunjoji Mathias, Gerard Michael, Sozi Rajab VIP, Bamaze. Abari Mukamori, I don't take it for granted. MK Dentos, Mr. Introspective. I can predict the future we're gonna drive Chinese brands. Definitely. We are. Arthur, did you know the meaning of that word, Ngwanguli, in Uganda? Ngwanguli is like big, heavy, powerful. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Abari Mokamori Mbagala Nyo. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.